Here, let us learn how to declare and initialize and how to use an array. So let us learn some array basics. If I want an array of type integer, let us call it as A of size 5. So I'll be getting 5 integers starting from index 0 to 4. It is not initialized. I have not assigned any values. If I want to display this, I'll be actually getting garbage values. Let us try this and see how to display is. For going through all the elements of an array one by one, I should have a counter. So where I will use it as a counter, I assign 0 and I is less than 5 because the indices are from 0 to 4. Then I plus plus, and here I will say cout A of I, and also I will write NL after printing this one. Let us run this and see what happens. See, this is initialized with few values are 0, 4 values are 0, and one of the value is a smaller negative number. So all these are garbage only because the array is not initialized. How I can initialize an array? One method is I can initialize an array by assigning some values like 3, 4, 10 and 12 and 5. Let us run this and see. Now I got the same values 3, 4, 10, 12 and 5. So this is the way an array can be initialized. I'll remove these values. The size of the array is 5, but I am giving only 2 values. Let us see what happens. See, 3 and 4 are there and the rest of the values are by default 0. See what happens when you are initializing an array. You need not initialize all the locations or all the integers of an array. You can initialize few. So rest of them will be automatically initialized to 0. If I say just 0, then what happens? All of them will get 0 because the first one is 0 and remaining all of them automatically become 0. Yes, all these are 0. Now if I give some values here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, I have given 5 values here. Can I exceed the number of values? Let us see what happens. I have given one extra value, so it's a compiler time error. So it gives an error that excess elements in an array initializer. You cannot have number of elements more than the size of an array. So I should give the array size as 6. Now let me run this array and see for 6 elements. Yeah, I am getting all the elements. If I don't give the size here, will it allow? Yes, this is another method where you don't have to give the size of an array, just you can give the set of values and the size of an array will be exactly equal to the number of elements that you are mentioning in the list. Let us run this and see. Yes, it's working as there was no error, so the size of an array is 6. Now next, I have to show you one more type of for loop that is called as for each loop, that is mostly useful for array or collection type of data structure. So here int x, I'll take one variable x and that is for A, and cout x and also NL. See, this is declaring a variable x for the elements in A. So when you say when we say for, this will be iterating through this array for all the elements one by one, and each element will be taken in x every time. So first 2 will become x, then 4 will become x, then 6 will become x, and goes on. So in this way it will iterate through the entire array, whatever the size may be. So we don't have to know the size of an array. This will take care, this for each loop will take care. So let us see, it will display all the elements. Yes, this is working. It is same as that. Now here I will take the size of an array as 6 and I will give only 3 elements. Let us see what happens. Will it go through all 6 elements or just 3 elements? it's going through all 6 elements. So it means this for each loop will work according to the size of an array, physical size of an array, not based on the number of elements stored in an array. We have not stored remaining 3 elements which are initialized to 0, but it is displaying the complete array. So this is a very useful for loop. This was introduced in C++ 11, version 11. So this for each loop is a part of modern C++. This was not there in old version of C++. This was introduced in C++ 11. And this is a very useful loop for accessing arrays. If I have a float type array, then I can initialize a float type array by giving some float numbers 2.5f and comma 5.6f comma 9 8 7. So some of them I have given float literals and some are integer literals, so I can use any of these. Now here, when I am taking integer for a, let us see whether it works or not. But this x should be of type float because these are float values. Yes, it's working, and it's truncating the decimal part and taking only integer parts of these numbers. Now here, actually I should write float, then it works perfectly. Yeah, I'm getting all the values as it is, so I'll got the correct values. Now instead of giving float, even I can write auto. So I don't have to know what is the type of an array also, just auto x I can give the array name. So it is very powerful and very easy for the programmer. He don't even have to know what type of array he has declared. He don't have to go up in the program and check the type of an array. So now x will be of type float. So you can see that I am getting the values 2.5 and 5.6 and so on. So this x is of type float. If I have to declare an array of type characters, then it must be initialized with character literal. So I can store a, and for b I will take 66, and for c I'll take c, and d I will take it as 68. So let us see what happens when I print this using for each loop. Now here x is auto, so it will automatically take it as a character type. Yeah, A, B, C, D. Though I have given ASCII codes of letter B and letter D, I am showing it as character, so it is displaying them as characters. If I take them as, instead of auto, I will write it as integer, and let us see what happens, what values I get. Here I am getting 65, 66, 67 and 68. So it means these are the ASCII codes I have converted into integer. So these elements are taken as integer type and displayed here. So that's it about arrays. So you practice this thing, just go through it and test it by yourself.